You're locked into Elevated Radio FM.
And welcome to Elevated Radio. My name is Rick Delgado. I'm your host and welcoming you to Full Circle Health with our guest Julie Rundgert. She is the owner at JR Pain Management. The J stands for Julie. The R, of course, stands for Rundgert. Pain Management. You can reach out to her at jrpainmanagement.com. That's jrpainmanagement.com. That is their website. You can also give them a call directly, 573-230-1748. And welcoming back, Julie, welcome back, and how are you?
Well, hi, Rick.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
All right, good to hear. We've got a lot to discuss on today's show, but before we do that, Julie, do me a favor. For those people that may not have been exposed to you just yet, don't know what you're about, tell everybody about yourself and what you do as the owner of JR Pain Management.
Well, I am an IIR reflexologist, and I do reflexology on the reflexes of the feet that correspond with all the glands and organs in the body.
And you've been doing this now for how long?
Well, I've been doing it for a little over a year.
Okay, and
the
now
reflexology part of it.
Right, and now explain real quick what reflexology is for people that may not understand what it is and what it does.
The feet contain reflexes to all the glands, organs, and parts of the body, and these reflexes correspond with all of the glands and organs in the body. And so when you compress these, when your feet hurt, it's telling you something. And so when you compress these reflexes, you stimulate that reflex, and then it relaxes the glands, organs, and parts of the body, and it helps it to function better and bring homeostasis to the body.
Right. And it's a lot more, I want to say, a lot more intricate. I don't even know if that's the right word. You'd have to Google yourself reflexology or go to JR Pain Management as a matter of fact. But if you want to understand the science, I guess, behind this is the best way to describe it, because there are so many charts out there, and what you do is you just kind of click on a picture of the chart and it lays it out. And there's actually a picture of you, Julie, standing in front of one of these charts. So I'm sure you probably have that as well, where you're kind of educating people as to, okay, what exactly am I doing? Because you've got the big foot chart, and I'm sure people walk by it going, huh? You could do all that through my foot?
Yes. And basically, I show that to my customers, and I give them some self-help tips.
And now, once you've shown that, do they get a better understanding as to why you're focusing on certain areas? Or better yet, that you can kind of tell them, oh, so you kind of like this kind of food, right? And are you suffering from this right now? Without them even telling you.
Exactly. Basically, we go through the zones, and there's a zone on each foot, and it lines up with the organs and the glands in the body. And we can find out different things based on the pain that they're having in their feet, mm-hmm. and different things that we feel in their feet. We feel crunchies in their feet, and we can identify things that way. And then based on all the symptoms they're telling us.
All right. Now let me ask you a question here before we jump into what you wanted to talk about today, because this is just a personal thing for me. My girlfriend recently had an accident, right?
Yes.
She tripped going up a flight of stairs, actually. You know how sometimes you miss a step and all of a sudden you catch your toe and boom, you fall forward. And she put her arm out to brace, and the result is she separated her shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm looking at the picture of the feet, and is that something with somebody who's got that swelling, who's got that separation, who's got that ligament issue in their shoulder? Can you address that from the bottom of the foot?
Yes, we can. It's right under the little toe, the last toe, the little toe, and that's the shoulder and arm reflex.
Okay. And what happens if I guess you're pressing on that area? Is that the way that works?
Yes, we do direct pressure. And usually the people will get immediate results of relief of pain.
Okay.
They'll say, like, oh, my shoulder feels better, or oh, my neck feels better.
Right. All right. And I'm just, and it's funny too, because I asked you this, and as I'm looking at the chart, I'm like, I wonder if she'll be able to recall it off the top of her head. You went right to it, right to where the chart says. I'm like, okay, Julie knows what the heck she's talking about.
Yes.
Wow, that's kind of amazing. And again, the foot has so many different zones, so you can affect the eyes, the ears, the sinuses, the heart, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can affect all those things. And again, it's all through what is called, you might think, oh, well, this is just a foot massage. No, it's a little bit different than that. Foot massage is one thing. Reflexology is something completely different.
Completely different. It's more than a foot massage.
Right. Now, talk to me about child reflexology.
Child reflexology is very important because I'd say the most important reason you would want to bring your child in to get child reflexology is it's an alternative way to handle stress and pain.
Okay.
And they will be less likely to go to drugs when older.
Really?
They're taught that
Okay.
everything is solved by taking a pill. They will have more of a tendency to use drugs. If they find out more about reflexology and they learn more about it, then they can address it naturally, address their problems naturally.
Right.
And then if they do need need medications, they can take that, but they can also, that won't be like their first line response. Oh, I have to take a pill.
Right. Yeah, because everybody is like, oh, break out the Motrin, break out this, break out that. You gotta take something.
That's the mindset right now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
but do you find that, especially now that you're really focusing in on this, that people are changing the way they think about things in terms of addressing. I'm not talking about broken bones and heart attacks, but things where normally it's like, oh well, you take an over the counter for this and an over the counter for that. There are actually more natural ways of dealing with these things.
Yes, and especially stress, because you can come in and get the reflexology, get like 4 treatments, and a lot of times the pain will go away.
Right.
And then you won't ever have to come back, or you come back on a regular basis to keep the pain from coming back. Like if you get stressed again, or if you have the pain again, you can come back. But doing the reflexology is a very good way to get into the mindset that there are other natural remedies and natural ways to handle pain versus taking a pill, and that you can identify that stress is a big factor in much pain.
Right.
There's a lot of disease behind pain, but there's stress is a big factor.
Yeah, and again, I think we're more stressed as a society more than ever these days.
Exactly.
So this is another great option, and a natural one that involves no taking of no drugs and anything like that. It's just the body. I guess what you're doing is activating certain parts of the body to do what they're supposed to be doing, right?
Yes, the body is meant to heal itself, and it will adapt, and it will heal itself. In some cases, you do need medical care, and we're aware of that as reflexologists.
Right.
But normally, it should heal itself.
Right. And sometimes when you're taking these pills and these drugs and what have you, it suppresses the body's ability to do what it's supposed to do, because it's like, well, I guess you don't need me because this is covering it up.
It covers up a lot of things. And so then sometimes you will never know that you have anything until it's too late.
Right.
If you're taking pain medications regularly, something can slip in and you have no clue. And then once you, like if you're out of your pain medications, or if you can't get to the doctor, you have no other way to handle stress. The stress of not having that medication there with you.
Right.
So then people are panicking, and then they're going out and they're getting these drugs off the street.
Yeah. And the potential for something going wrong there is greatly increased. Now talk to me about some childhood diseases that you can actually help deal with through reflexology?
Well, we can deal with, if they have an infection, we will treat it like an infection. If they have ear infection, there's ear infections, there's all types of things such as hyperactivity. There is, the flu, asthma is one thing that we can deal with, things like that. It's just the general childhood diseases. Even if a child has cancer, has been diagnosed with cancer, and has very serious problems,
Right.
we can also be of help.
Really, even for something like cancer, which everybody freaks out. They hear the cancer word. You can't even, Julie, say the word cancer out loud. Most times it's like you got to whisper it. It's like, oh, you hear so and so. Oh yeah, they have the cancer. Well,
when you hear the word cancer, you should just kind of discount that word, because cancer is an organism. It's an underlying organism. And so when you hear the word cancer, you're normally going to be terrified of that
Right.
word, but it is an organism of some kind. There's many organisms that can cause cancer, like H. pylori, Epstein-Barr virus, some of the general things that people carry in them all the time.
right.
There's people that walk around and have Epstein-Barr virus or H. pylori or a different other type of virus, and there is potential for cancer with that if you don't detox and try to get into the mode of detoxing,
All right.
which is body cleansing.
Right. Yeah, and anything you can do to kind of, take some of those toxins out of your body is probably a good thing to do. Wouldn't you say?
It's a very good thing to do in this day and age with the increased amount of organisms that we have out there.
Right.
It's a good thing just to be aware of it, not paranoid of it. And so when you hear the word cancer, what has happened is that has gotten into your DNA, it's changed your DNA, and it's changed the way your cells are forming. If you can look at the word cancer and see there's a way out and there's a way that you can get rid of it, there's lots of different ways, then you can look at that differently. And so when you hear the word, it won't be as scary.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Again, we're talking with our guest, Julie Rundgert. Hey, Julie, what about
Yes.
hyperactivity in kids?
Hyperactivity is solved with reflexology, and it would be several sessions by working on the diaphragm to relax the nerves and tension, all the glands of the body, such as the pineal gland, the thyroid, adrenal, pancreas, and thymus, and spleen,
Uh-huh.
to balance body chemistry, and adrenals to slow down secretion of adrenaline, and the whole spine, because everything is in the spine. And if you bring a child in that is hyperactive, reflexology will help.
And now, are you going to see a marked difference immediately, or is that something that takes a few sessions for it to really start to kick in?
It may take a few sessions because the child's probably going to be very sensitive the first time
Uh-huh.
that they come in, and you're going to have to work slowly on the child.
Right. Now, by sensitive, do you mean like ticklish?
Ticklish can be one thing because
Okay.
that's a sensory, that's the sense organs,
Okay.
which is the skin.
Now, what about itchy furt?
Well-
and you know what? Let me clue everybody in on. It was misspelled when it was written down for me. That was one of the topics that Julie wanted to talk about, and we talked about this before we went on air. I'm like, oh, I sound silly saying itchy furt on air, and then both of us going, well, I don't know what you're talking about. We figured it out. It's supposed to say itchy feet.
Yes, itchy feet's very common. A lot of children have itchy feet, and it's part of a sensory disorder. There's many reasons for itchy feet.
Now, is that something where, because sometimes I go through that, Julie, where all of a sudden, and it'll feel like the top of my feet, not the bottom, but the top just get very, I want to say, it looks like they get red, like the temperature increases, and it gets itchy. Is that something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's something that reflexology can address. We had a man come in and top of his feet were burning, and he had reflexology. He had 4 sessions, and he's still feeling really good. His feet are feeling good. His feet hurt for 2 years before he came to me. Yes.
Dang, that's a long time to put up with something before you're actually.
He finally found something. He finally found the answer.
Yeah, and I'm sure he went to a bunch of different people, doctors, trying to figure out what the heck the problem was, and luckily for him, he found you.
Yes.
All right. Well, you know what? We got to take a quick break again. We're talking with our guest, Julie Rundgert. She's the owner of JR Pain Management out of Jefferson City, Missouri. If you want to find out how she can be beneficial to you, reach out to her through the website, jrpainmanagement.com, or give her a call directly, 573-230-1748. Her email is also on there. You can shoot her an email. Say, hello, Julie, what can you do for this? Julie at jrpainmanagement.com. We'll take this quick break and come back more with her after these words right here on Elevated Radio.
The next step to following your dreams is closer than you think. KDMA and the Actors Studio is an established, reputable talent management and services agency based on the East Coast. Actors, models, singers, voiceover artists, and live entertainers trust their careers with KDMA. Not only does KDMA advise and market talent, they provide talent with the necessary tools to be successful in today's demanding entertainment industry, offering in-house classes, coaching, photo and video services, reel and audio production, showcases, seminars, and more. KDMA makes talent development and advancement simple and affordable. For more information about talent representation and services at KDMA and the Actors Studio, visit KDMA-and-theactorstudio.com. That's KDMA-and-theactorstudio.com. Let KDMA take your career to the next level.
Ladies and gentlemen, your body. On drums, the heart. On sax, it's the lungs. And on horns, the digestive system.
Diarrhea can leave your body feeling out of tune. Only Imodium Instants disperse instantly on your tongue and can stop diarrhea within 1 hour, gently restoring your body's harmony. Imodium Instants, fast but gentle.
Contains loperamide, can stop diarrhea within 1 hour. Always read the label.
You're locked into Elevated Radio FM. Radio FM. Radio.
And welcome back to Elevated Radio again. My name is Rick Delgado. I'm your host, and welcoming you back to Full Circle Health with our guest, Julie Rundgert. She is the owner at JR Pain Management. You can reach out to her, jrpainmanagement.com, or give her a call directly. Either way, she'd love to hear from you. 573-230-1748, as well as her email, julie at jrpainmanagement.com. You can also contact her through the website. She's got all that information there, as well as some videos as well that I'm taking a look here right now. Julie, what's on these videos here?
Well, I have videos online, and I have a couple of testimonies. People that have had good results from reflexology, and they were explaining that reflexology is not just a foot massage.
Uh-huh.
I have a video of plantar fasciitis. There's a lady that had plantar fasciitis. She still has it, but it's remarkably improved.
Right.
And so these are the videos that I have right now on there.
Okay. And you know what? Another question just popped up because I'm looking at one of these foot charts again, right? And each foot, it seems like you can address, like each foot has access to everything. So you could, what if somebody's like, okay, I'll throw it out there. They're missing a foot. Does that matter? Can you still address any issue that they have if they only have one foot?
You can address every issue with the hands and the feet. Now, the left foot has the heart, spleen, the stomach, and the pancreas. The right foot has the liver. So if they're missing a right foot, but their liver needs to be addressed, you would have to use the right hand.
Ah, okay. All right. So there are things that you can't address by using either foot.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. The feet, you have to have both feet, but you can substitute the hands.
All right. Now what about
if they do have an amputation?
Right. Now, what if they? Okay, take my girlfriend for instance. She's got a what is it? I'm trying to think. Right shoulder issue. Do you need to work on the right foot to deal with that right shoulder, or does it matter?
As far as the shoulder,
Yeah.
you have a shoulder on the right foot and a shoulder on the left foot. A shoulder reflex on the left foot, because you have a shoulder on the right side of your body and a shoulder on the left.
Okay, so you have
now the heart is on the left side, so that will be on the left foot.
Ah, okay. I see how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, we're kind of a cool creation, aren't we?
Yes, we are. The Lord made us really, really intricately made.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing when you think about it, because again, all these sections are right there on the foot, and there are some that are exclusive. You can only deal with the heart on one foot as opposed to the other.
Exactly.
That's kind of cool. Very interesting. Now jumping back to enough with my silly questions, because I know you do some kind of teaching as well. Because people come in and they might understand, like, okay, I'm not sure how this works. Somebody told me how to do it. That I should see you and explain what you're teaching them as you go along.
I teach them about their reflexes that correspond with the discomfort that they're having in their feet, and that corresponds with some of the discomfort in their body. Also, I teach people about the foot mechanics, and if they have bunions on their feet, like an example is a teenager came in and they were going to do surgery on her in 5 years. They just told her to wait 5 years, and they removed the bunion.
Right.
So I did teaching about yoga toes and sold her some yoga toes, sold them some yoga toes, and gave them the name of a couple of pet orthotists to get orthotics. I'm teaching about also that the bottom of the foot, sometimes you will need orthotics if you have flat feet.
Right.
That you don't have to stay home and not play a sport or not run like you really want to do, because this person, they were just waiting for the 5 years, to get the surgery.
Right.
And so she wasn't doing any sports or anything. So that's the kind of teaching I'm doing. If I see something obvious, I will point it out and teach it. And some of the abnormal things that I have seen, and I want to get to this before the show gets off, because... Yeah,
and I wanted to jump to that next, because it just, when you talked about, something on the top of the foot, what did you just mention there? Something that, they had what was it, a bunion or a corn or something?
A bunion, which is on the side of the toe, the great toe.
Now, can issues like that, having weird things on your feet, maybe even like I've seen, I don't know, have you seen this show Toe Bro there, Julie?
I haven't actually seen that show.
Oh my goodness, it's horrifying. But I suggest you watch, because it's kind of interesting too. When you're talking when you're talking about abnormal things, because this guy's doing scrapings on the bottom of the feet, and when I started watching that, I started thinking, okay, now how does this affect your work? When somebody has an issue, maybe they've got a wart, one of those plantar warts. Does that affect how you can do your job?
No, I can do my job around all those things. I just go over the bunion with my finger, or over the wart, or around the wart. It doesn't affect how I do my job at all. No. Okay. I can still do it.
What about if somebody's got some crazy looking stuff on their feet? How does it affect them? And in terms of what you can address for them? Say it's say they've got these mangled toes or toenails or something going on. What have you seen?
Well, when I look at the toenails, I see fungal infection a lot of times in people, because once their toenails have gotten fungus in them, they have it throughout their body in different areas. It's not just the toenail a lot of times. And they can be growing strange, the toenails can, And so I can look at their toenails and tell a little bit about their health just by looking at their toenails.
All right. And what about those things, like I mentioned, things that get scraped off? Maybe they've got some infections or something.
If they have infections, I work around that, and I wear gloves. So I do wear gloves on some people.
All right, because there's some again, and it's my exposure recently to this show, Tobro. I think it's on
Tobro, I'll have to look that one up.
I think it's on A&E. I truly can't sit through it for more than 10 minutes. Maybe one patient I can get through, and to watch it, it's usually one eye open, one eye closed, hand over my face, because it can be quite disturbing.
Exactly.
And I'm sure you've probably seen your share of disturbing.
I've seen methylene-resistant staph on foot.
What'd you say?
Methylene-resistant staph.
Oh.
But I wear gloves.
Right. But you can still treat people even if they've got some kind of abnormalities, right?
Yes.
And are you able to, will treating them anyway help alleviate what could be that abnormality in the foot area?
Yes, we can help reduce infection by doing the infection protocol, and that can help the body heal itself along with what the doctors are doing for the infection. Yes.
All right.
We can work along with the doctors on that.
Well, that's great to know as well. And again, it gives you an insight into how effective this work can be at JR Pain Management. Again, Julie is the owner. She's out of Jefferson City, Missouri. If you want to find out more about the work they do, how it can be beneficial to you and getting you, quote unquote, back on your feet, reach out. See what I did there, Julie? Reach out to her. 573-230-1748. That's 573-230-1748, or go to the website, jrpainmanagement.com. That's jrpainmanagement.com. And Julie, thank you again for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Rick.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Have a great weekend. We'll be back with more on Elevated Radio right after these words.
You're locked into Elevated Radio FM. Radio FM. Radio.